I fast for a minimum of 40 hours at least twice every single month, and my strength has dramatically increased. In this video, I'm going to deep dive into why fasting is the cheat code to athletic advantages, and this includes endurance, strength, muscle growth, and recovery. I recently pulled a 330 kg deadlift raw.
Come on, pull. Come on, pull. Come on. Yeah.
And honestly, it was easy. This deep dive video gives you the science and answers all your questions and everything you want to know about fasting for gains, fasting for muscle growth. Interest in fasting has dramatically increased and is commonly now discussed on social media.
I just got done fasting for 86 hours. I feel like a superhero. I feel incredible.
It wasn't easy, but it got easier as I went through it, and I felt fucking incredible.
But fasting itself is not a new concept. It's something that has been practiced through the ages, since the beginning of time, truthfully, because in the Bible, Moses fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and Jesus did the same thing. And fasting as a concept is pretty much in all ancient texts and all ancient religions. Ancient fasting practices is seen in the Vedic Hindu religion from the 1500 BCE. Fasting is seen in length in Ramadan, and even African cultures have been doing this practice for thousands of years.
And here's where things start to get wicked.
Some of the mightiest warriors and armies in history also practice fasting. The ancient Spartans practiced different forms of fasting, from intermittent fasting to prolonged fasting.
Spartans! What is your profession?
It's said that they often engaged in periods of food deprivation to train their bodies for endurance and for discipline. In those times, fasting was believed to enhance resilience, keeping them lean, strong, and focused in battle. But that's not all. The legionnaires practiced food deprivation for optimizing performance. Samurai warriors in feudal Japan also practiced fasted periods before battle, and this was to maintain agility and sharpness. It's said that sometimes they will go without food for up to a week to prepare for battle, and this was in line with Zen Buddhism, which is a practice that promotes fasting for mental clarity, for discipline, and many other warriors through history have done this too, and this includes the Vikings, Native American warriors, and a lot more. The point is, some of the strongest and most skilled and high endurance warriors and armies through history have practiced fasting. They fasted for resilience, for strength, for endurance, for mental focus and clarity. And this is what the science is starting to tell us today. I believe that fasting is something we should learn and practice today for day-to-day benefits in and out of the gym. But what are the different types of fasting? Well, there are two main types of fasting that you hear about, and that's intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting. Intermittent fasting refers to shorter cyclical fasting periods where you alternate between periods of eating and periods of fasting, and this could be from a day-to-day standpoint or within a week. Whilst prolonged fasting means you're fasting for significantly longer. This period of fasting can go from a day, multiple days, a week. Some people even fast for a month. Most types of fasting will fall into these two categories, and this includes 1 meal a day. This is intermittent fasting, eating within a certain window. That is intermittent fasting. And although intermittent fasting has a lot of benefits, I think to truly benefit from the powers of fasting, we need to start doing more prolonged fasting, and I will explain further in this video. Science tells us that generally the more that we eat over our lifetime, the shorter our life will be, and eating less is associated with longevity. Research suggests that if you reduce your caloric intake by 25% over a 2-year period, this will reduce your overall mortality risk by 10 to 15%. So when you see bodybuilders always talking about eating a lot of calories and consuming a lot of calories, this might not be the best for optimal wellness and longevity. And that's why I think a lot of people see me as a bit of an anomaly, because I do all of these practices. I use herbs, I don't eat meat, I fast regularly, and I'm able to do exactly what these people are able to do. I believe this shows that maybe we should start rethinking how we see food, how we see the body, and how we can hack the body. Because me, I've been fasting since 2012. You can see some of my early videos talking about fasting on YouTube.
One trick that I'm sure nobody does. It's called fasting.
why should you fast? Let's discuss what the scientific benefits of fasting are for gains, for performance, for strength, and for athleticism. The first benefit of fasting is a boost in human growth hormone. Growth hormone is a key hormone for athletic benefit, especially for recovery, for muscle growth, and for strength. And this is the reason why many bodybuilders inject themselves with human growth hormone. Studies show that fasting leads to a significant increase in human growth hormone levels. One recent study on 47 people found that growth hormone levels increased 5-fold during a 24-hour fast. And other studies back this up. There's been studies that show that the longer you fast, the more you could potentially benefit, especially from fasting 2 to 5 days. And this is because during the fast, the body's insulin levels drop, and this signals to the body to release more growth hormone.
12 hours into fasting, the body produces growth hormone, which is amazing for muscle building, anti-aging, fat loss, as well as joints.
And this is especially important as growth hormone secretion decreases by about 15% every decade after the age of 30. So anybody over the age of 25 really needs to start fasting at least once a month, at least once a quarter. And we see that growth hormone helps with muscle recovery. It helps with muscle strength. One study demonstrated that muscle strength increased after growth hormone therapy in healthy men. This shows a positive relationship between growth hormone and muscle growth and muscle strength. The second benefit of fasting is muscle growth. Now, this is counterintuitive as modern media tells you to eat more, consume more, buy more, while autophagy is your body's cellular recycling system. This system allows cells to disassemble its junk parts and repurpose the salvageable bits and pieces into new usable cells, into new usable cell parts. And this is also essential for longevity and aging too. And this is because as a person ages, autophagy decreases, and this can lead to a buildup of cellular junk, and this makes your cells function suboptimally.
At the 18-hour mark, autophagy kicks in, which is when the body clears damaged proteins, advanced glycated end products, which are very damaging, and old cellular debris.
But why is this important for muscle growth and strength? And what does this have to do with fasting? Well, studies show that autophagy starts whilst fasting anywhere between 12 to 48 hours into your fast. This cellular cleanup accelerates recovery from intense training and reduces inflammation. And this enables you to train harder more frequently because your body can repair itself more. And this means more muscle growth because the more you can do, the more you can build. Remember, when you're training hard, lifting intensely, the cells in your muscles undergo wear and tear. That's how it builds back up to build muscle. This autophagy process helps remove damaged mitochondria, dysfunctional proteins, allowing for new and healthier cells to thrive. You might end up building muscle more efficiently. And also, this autophagy process helps reduce muscle degeneration, which is good for as you age, but generally helps with more optimal bodybuilding. On top of that, some reports suggest that this autophagy process helps you with making room for more protein synthesis and enhance muscle integrity, putting you in a better position for faster strength increase. And this somewhat goes to explain what I've experienced. I went from 310 kg to 330 kg in 2 weeks, and this week coming, I'm going to attempt to lift 340 or 350 kg. And if you want to see that live, go follow me on Instagram, Dungabok. I'll be lifting it soon. And if you're seeing this in the past, just go follow me anyway. I'm always dropping gems on every single platform. This level of strength increase is not normal, but what I've found from fasting is that fasting has aided every single goal I've ever had in the gym. It's aided me when I wanted to get leaner. It's aided me when I've tried to gain strength. It's aided me when I've tried to lean bulk and get bigger. Fasting as a whole, from what I've found, whatever I'm trying to achieve, has helped me to get to that point. As I've said, I tend to fast for 40 hours, sometimes longer, sometimes 62 hours, for example. But the sleep during these fasts are important. So I optimize to ensure that my fast allow me to get more sleep than normal. 40 hours, that's 2 nights of sleep. And I'll discuss why sleep is important a bit later on in this video, so make sure you stick around. It's worth noting that the benefits you get from fasting aren't received during the fast. Yes, there might be mental benefits. You might think clearer, you might clear out your gut. But where the magic is in the times after the fast, in the days and the weeks after your fast. And that leads me to my third benefit. The third benefit of fasting is improved nutrient absorption. Digestion efficiency plays a huge role in how well somebody extracts energy and nutrients from the food that they consume. A person with a more efficient digestive system can absorb more calories and nutrients from the same food compared to someone with a less efficient digestive system. And this is why plans should be personalized, because you can have two people eating the exact same diet in the same way, but have different energy levels, different muscle growth, and different fat gain. And this is to do with something called digestive efficiency. Fasting can improve your digestive efficiency by allowing your digestive system to rest, and this helps promote better gut health. And fasting can improve mitochondrial function and biogenesis. And research indicates that healthy mitochondria plays a crucial role in muscle recovery by efficiently producing energy needed for muscle repair and muscle regeneration. You can see that fasting potentially impacts many different body functions. Now imagine that combined with herbs, with good lifestyle habits, good sleep, cold showers. This can turn average people to superhumans. Maybe not average, because every single one of you guys watching is way beyond average, but you get my sentiment. Well, let's take it back to nutrient absorption. While research indicates that fasting can help prime muscle tissues to better absorb nutrients, firstly by improving insulin sensitivity. Fasting can be beneficial to insulin sensitivity, helping improve it. And it's said that when you eat after you fast, or you breakfast, your muscles are more responsive to insulin, and this enhances the uptake of glucose and amino acids needed for muscle repair and for muscle growth. And this potential improvement in gut health can be due to a reduction in inflammation that fasting helps bring about, and the autophagy process, which helps improve cellular function and potentially aiding with nutrient absorption into cells. All of this is beneficial for your progress, especially from an athletic standpoint. Fasting itself won't directly help you build muscle. You probably might lose something along your fasting period, but it optimizes for the position for you to build more muscle once you break fast, optimizing for muscle repair. And this combined with proper nutrition and proper training, you're gone clear. The fourth benefit of fasting is improved mood. This is a less spoken about benefit, but research suggests that fasting can have a positive impact on your happiness, potentially increasing your mood, increasing your mental clarity, and fostering a sense of accomplishment due to the self-discipline. You did it. You set a target to fast and you accomplished it. That is good for self. That is good for your mood. For example, fasting may enhance the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF. And this is a protein that supports the survival and growth of neurons. Increased BDNF levels have been linked to improved mood, improved cognitive function, and overall brain health. Also, there's good positive feelings that come from fasting. One study showed positive impacts on patients with depressive symptoms, and they ended up with an improvement in mood, an improvement in alertness, and improvement in tranquility. And this is what the patients reported. And any serious lifter will tell you that the better you feel will dictate how well you lift. The better you feel, the better you train. The better you train, the harder you go. It's that simple. Mood is the foundation for a lot of progress within the gym. It's worth noting that your mood will probably decrease whilst you're fasting. You might become a bit more irate. Your body will exude or get rid of a lot more phlegm. So the benefits of fasting and mood come after the fact. And there are other benefits of fasting too, such as fat-induced ketosis. When you fast, your body shifts from primarily using glucose to utilizing fat for energy, triggering a process known as ketogenesis. And this metabolic state leads to an increase in production of ketones within the body, most notably something called BHB. And this also serves as an alternate for the brain. So you're seeing potential benefits with mitochondrial efficiency, potential reduction in oxidative stress, and this is crucial for good brain function, but also it can aid you with fat loss. How to get the most from fasting using the best practices. 1. You want to optimize sleep. You should sleep well during your fast, as this is where you get the maximum benefits. Whilst you sleep, your cells are rejuvenating, replenishing at faster speeds. Your gut is healing, your body is healing, and the more nights of sleep you get in line with your circadian rhythm is more beneficial to the outcomes you get from fasting. And that's why I tend to fast for these weird numbers like 40 hours, because if I start in the evening one day, I get 2 nights of sleep. And also ensure you always break your fast in the morning, early afternoon with fruits and watery vegetables. It's important to use watery fruits and watery vegetables to break your fast, and this helps clear your intestines, and once it's clear you can go back to eating solid foods. And this can take an hour or so, and you will know when your digestive system is back up and ready to start consuming solids again. And you will notice by how often you clog up, batter that toilet. So in that case, it's also useful to drink a lot of water when you break your fast. This will help. And hey, side note, if you're religious, it's a good time to pray. It's a good time to go set, to meditate. And lastly, let's talk briefly about herbs. While water fasting alone is powerful, incorporating herbs amplifies the benefits by providing extra micronutrients, by aiding different organs within the body to heal, also aiding your cellular health, reducing stress, and supporting that detoxification of the body that happens whilst you fast. And it also speeds up the benefits. In my opinion, herbs can speed up when you start to get the autophagy process benefits. This video touches on why you should always fast using herbs. And if you want to be part of my fasting group, go to Fueled by Herbs and DM me the word fasting. Peace out, guys. I'll see you soon.